Ripple XRP holders are being lied to, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what's taking place on the charts for XRP, showing you guys multiple variables when we compare XRP to Bitcoin, to the total crypto altcoin market cap excluding the top 10, and then also sharing with you what the elite have planned that they don't want the retail to know. So they will try and shake you out. And my real question is this: what altcoins do you guys have in your portfolio that you're the most bullish on for this bull run? Comment them down below, and comment 777 also if you're feeling blessed, if you're feeling bullish, and if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree. Confirm it by tapping that subscribe button. You guys are going to love this video. Let's run it.
This rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality, and I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So the CEO of BlackRock said crypto will be that flight to quality, not just Bitcoin, but altcoins. And with them planning other ETFs on the horizon, potentially Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Chainlink, other altcoins are geared for a massive explosion, but they're going to try and shake you out. When we look at the past year, altcoins are up drastically, with meme coins surging like Bonk over 4,000%, Render up 500%, BitTensor up, Pendle up, Fetch AI, Solana up. A lot of different projects are going to melt faces in the long term, but in the short term, there's going to be a lot of volatility. You know, you're going to see over the last hour, over the past day, over the past week, some projects are up, some projects are down. So in this video, what I want to talk about is the long-term macro market outlook for what to expect next, and then what specifically is going to happen to XRP when we compare to other market cycles and we compare it to Bitcoin for when the next massive breakout is going to take place based on the past and how that's going to affect XRP. So let's dive right in with Bitcoin, because after Bitcoin reached its all-time high in 2017, the correction lasted 21 days. After that, we saw a parabolic rally, and after Bitcoin reached its all-time high in 2020, the correction lasted 21 days again. After that, we saw a parabolic rally. So could we see the same scenario happen in 2024? Over the next week or two, it's going to be very, very interesting to see. So the first thing we need to look at is Bitcoin to the US dollar price chart and compare it to the last bull run cycle to see some similarities, some differences, and then we compare it to other market cycles as well too before then. So what we want to look at right here is on the top of the screen, you can see the Pi cycle top indicator came in April of 2021, signaling the top of the bull run was in for Bitcoin. The real all-time high of November 2021 wasn't truly the technical high based on the RSI and the MACD. If you guys watched my previous video, I explained that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and go check that out. This was the complacency dead cat bounce. Retail was exiting the market. Google Trends was in a downtrend by November 2021, and retail didn't really care about, crypto that much anymore. And we went into a bear market. Now, if we look at the bottom of the screen, you can see the Pi cycle top indicator flash for Bitcoin in December of 2017 at the exact peak right here. We go into a bear market, and we want to look for a few different things here. Now, number one, we're obviously looking for the Pi cycle bottom indicator. It flashed in July of 2022, close enough to the bottom, right? Obviously, we had a little rally up and a final sell-off event down to like 15K, whereas it marked the exact bottom in December of 2018. So if you were to buy and sell based on the Pi cycle top, the Pi cycle bottom indicator, you're getting great entry points and great exit points. So right now, the Pi cycle top indicator is not flashing, which tells me we still have further to go. But another thing we need to look for is right before the Pi cycle bottom indicator came in, we saw a death cross. We saw the 50 SMA cross below the 200 SMA in red. So this blue line crossing below this red line right here in the middle of the bear market. And so back in 2018, November, we saw a death cross take place as well. Bitcoin dropped from $6,000 all the way down to $3,000. Now, there's some key differences here that I'm going to explain in this video that I didn't get a chance to explain last video because, otherwise these videos would go for like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. And the attention span of most people watching this channel, maybe your attention span's longer. You guys want me to make longer videos and cover the boring stuff. Okay, this is the stuff that is so boring that it makes you the most money. And I hope that's okay with you, because if I were to just talk about news headlines and fundamental analysis of what's happening in the news, that doesn't really drive price action. That happens after the price has already, taken effect on the charts, because the charts is going to show you real time what's happening, in the markets, and also based on the past, an emotional printout on the price action based on previous market cycles and emotions of human beings on a macro and a micro scale. And so we can compare this to the psychology of a market cycle, but one key difference here that we noticed from December 2018 until June of 2019 for that DeFi summer was was a lot more rapid price action where the price surged up really quick, and we saw a golden cross happen sooner by July of 2019. Whereas right here, we saw a golden cross happen in July of 2023. And the price was not as rapid, was not as sudden. We didn't see the price, surge above the 200 moving average and do that as quickly as what happened in 2019. And so the price surge that's happening right now is a lot more rapid because as we see back here in June of 2019, it didn't take until October of 2020, 480 days later for the price to break out, in my opinion, because we saw such rapid, momentum change from the pi cycle bottom to the high of June of 2019 that we needed to see some sideways trading action for, a healthier bull run and eventually the pi cycle top. So because we didn't see such rapid price action, during the pi cycle bottom to October, maybe that's the reason why we're seeing such rapid price action right now, and we passed in the all-time high before the halving. So there are some key differences here. Difference number one is obviously the golden cross and the momentum was a little bit slower during July of 2023 compared to June and July of 2019. And then also another difference is we passed the all-time high before the halving, whereas in the past, around like August of 2020 or even, April of 2020, we weren't anywhere close to the all-time high until about November, December of 2020. So if we were to measure from the golden cross back in 2019 to when we passed that high of 2019, then eventually surged above the all-time high, it took about, 446, almost 450 days, and then ultimately over 500 days before we passed the all-time high. So if we were to measure like 446-ish days, that would put us to October to November of 2024 before we see the most explosive price action based on the past. So there's a few scenarios that could take place, in my opinion, going into Bitcoin's halving over the next week and then leading into, the summer and then ultimately the end of 2024. Scenario number one is we see this blow off top take place, where Bitcoin rallies up into the halving, goes upwards of, 80, 90, maybe upwards of 90, almost 100K. And then we see this kind of blow off top effect take place. And then we see Bitcoin crash going into the halving to retest the 50 moving average in blue, and then the 200 moving average would turn up from right here, similar to what happened back from August of 2020 until October of 2020. And it's just a little more parabolic to the upside because people that are brand new to crypto are all hyped up. They're excited about the halving, when in reality, we need to be looking at the global liquidity cycle rather than just the halving. And so we're going to get into that in future videos, but this is scenario number one. And then we consolidate and kind of work our way up towards 2024 before we see another massive major breakout. And ultimately Bitcoin just remains range bound between where we are right now and 100K all through 2024. And then eventually we breach and we surge above $100,000 towards the tail end of 2024 and the end of this bull run cycle, leading into the pi cycle top sometime at the end of 2025. That's the most likely case scenario, in my opinion. Scenario number two is we see Bitcoin start to correct going into the halving to retest the 50 moving average. Potentially we see a breach below the 50 moving average to come back down to retest $50,000. And then we work our way through here in 2024 and then eventually break above, $80,000, $90,000 and $100,000 towards quarter four of 2024. So either scenario, we would need to see Bitcoin cool off throughout the summer of 2024. If scenario number three takes place and we see Bitcoin break out going into the halving, consolidate just for a little bit, don't see that big of a dip and just keep ripping higher and higher and higher, that would lead me to believe that this bull run cycle will be a lot more parabolic than people think. Even if we have deeper corrections, it would just be massive price appreciation to the upside once the balance sheet comes out of these large tech companies that are saying they're adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. And we see Bitcoin surge upwards of 180, 109, 200, maybe 250, maybe $300,000. And then we just see a blow off top a little bit earlier, maybe early 2025. And then we come crashing down going into the tail end of 2025 and 2026 for an earlier market cycle top. But no matter what happens, there are only two bargain buying opportunities left for Bitcoin before price takes off into price discovery again. So there's the pre-halving retrace, which is the dark blue circle that you can see right here on the right-hand side of the screen and the left-hand side of the screen. And then there's the reaccumulation phase in red. Now, Bitcoin already experienced a pre-halving retrace of about 18%. So actually could be only one bargain buying opportunity left, and that's dollar cost averaging within the reaccumulation phase in red. So nobody knows how deep of a correction Bitcoin is going to face on the reaccumulation phase post-halving throughout 2024. Some people think Bitcoin's going to drop as low as $38,000 within this range towards this upward trending support line right here because they're hoping for another black swan event like what took place in March of 2020. But I wouldn't hold your breath for that, and there's a few reasons why. And reason number one is when we look at the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10 cryptocurrencies, meaning that every single other altcoin other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously USDT, stablecoin, BNB, Solana, XRP, USDC, Dogecoin, ADA, and Toncoin that hold up the majority of the market cap of this whole industry, we can see some interesting things here where we compare the current bear market and bull market cycle to the past bull run and bear market. So when Bitcoin formed that first peak by April of 2021, the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10, was only at about $230 billion. It then surged to $400 billion, saw that drop off with Bitcoin, and then during Bitcoin's real all-time high during that bull run, the altcoin market surged shortly after that to about $495 billion. So if you would have sold out of your altcoins when Bitcoin was topping out, you would have missed that last final rally up. Now, if we go back to the cycle before then, for Bitcoin, the Pi cycle top indicator came in around December 15th of 2017. And if we look at the altcoin market cap, it was only at $25 billion. The altcoin market cap surged up shortly after that by January to nearly $80 billion. So based on the past two bull runs, Bitcoin tops out first, and then the altcoin market, excluding the top 10, tops out after that. Now, if we look here and we see a death cross that took place June of 2022, the 50 SMA crossed below the 200 SMA. We were in the middle of a bear market. Shortly after that, the Pi cycle bottom indicator came in by July, middle of July of 2022. Let's go back to the last bull run before then, or the bear market. We can see the 50 SMA crossing below the 200 in the middle of a bear market. Shortly after that, the Pi cycle bottom indicator comes in. And so some confluence and some similarities there as well. And then we saw the explosive DeFi summer of 2019 to retest this resistance. And then we sold off. It didn't see a golden cross until February of 2020. So the price rallied into the golden cross, black swan event. And then it took 324 days to break out and really pass the all-time high. And so if we were to measure 324 days from the golden cross that took place, by the end of November of 2023, what do we see here? Well, we see the price rally into the golden cross. Shortly after that, we see a sell-off, not as deep as the black swan event of March, but it was a sell-off nonetheless for this disbelief rally. And so out of the disbelief rally, we break above this key resistance, which was support of February 2022, support of September of 2021. We retest the top of this dead cat bounced on the 1st of April of 2022. And now we're very close to that right now. So roughly 324 days from the current golden cross that took place puts us to about the 15th of October of 2024. And so in order for altcoins to go on an explosive rally past the all-time high, in my opinion, we would first need to see Bitcoin break above the all-time high and go on an explosive rally, and then Bitcoin's dominance to come down in order for altcoins to rally. Now, if we look at this chart, you're going to spot something very, very interesting. And that's back in the 14th of December of 2020, when Bitcoin broke from 19,000, 20,000, and ultimately decisively rallied above the all-time high to about $35,000. What we saw happen in terms of Bitcoin's dominance is it rallied from 64% upwards of 73% while Bitcoin was rallying up. It wasn't until Bitcoin saw this correction on the 3-day chart right here of about 20% that we saw the dominance roll around and start trading to the downside. When Bitcoin rallied back up to 42 and then cooled off to about $28,000, that's when we saw altcoins go crazy. And by then, Bitcoin was well above the all-time high by about 100%, upwards of $40,000. And by then, Bitcoin's dominance started to roll around shortly after that. So when Bitcoin passed the all-time high and surged up about $20,000, you can see Bitcoin's dominance rallied from 60% upwards of 73%. So the dominance was not done absorbing the majority of the liquidity while Bitcoin was breaking out. And one thing that's interesting to note, based on Bitcoin's current price chart compared to Bitcoin's current market cap dominance of about 54%, as we see this ascending support right here. If Bitcoin holds this ascending support and breaks above this descending resistance on the dominance while the price simultaneously breaks out, I believe we could see Bitcoin's dominance rally up within this zone of resistance anywhere from 57, 58, maybe even 59 or 60%, which acted as support back in May of 2019, September of 2020, before we see Bitcoin's dominance roll around. And what would that look like on Bitcoin's price chart? Well, based on the past, if Bitcoin's dominance sees one final rally up, that would basically mean Bitcoin's price would rally upwards of 80 or potentially 90 or $100,000. And then when Bitcoin's dominance peaks out, we could see a short-term temporary correction for Bitcoin while the altcoin market breaks out. And so when Bitcoin's dominance starts rolling to the downside, that's when altcoins have broke out in the past. And so 324 days towards the end of 2024, we could see it happen sooner, but as long as Bitcoin holds above this ascending support line, then I believe Bitcoin could trend much higher and altcoins will lag behind until we see a break of this ascending support to the downside. Now, how does this affect XRP? Well, the reason why I cover all of that is because in order for XRP to rally, Bitcoin's dominance needs to roll around and XRP needs to bottom out in comparison to Bitcoin on the XRP to the Bitcoin price chart. Now, I've covered this in the past, but one thing that I want to bring up that's very, very interesting is the Pi cycle bottom indicator has flashed just recently over the past few days. I believe it flashed like on the 31st of March. So just about a week ago, signaling that the bottom is in for the XRP to the Bitcoin price chart. Now, that usually means one of two things. Number one is XRP is about to go on a face melting rally, or number two, there's going to be a shakeout event first, and then XRP goes on a face melting rally. And the reason why I say this is because I like to back up my opinions with facts. If the facts weren't there, my opinion would be completely different. So when we look at the Pi cycle bottom indicator right now, just flashing in about a week ago, we are also retesting this ascending support line right here that XRP has bounced off of since June of 2014. So for the past decade, we have 10 years worth of data here. And if we look back in the past on what happened after the Pi cycle bottom indicator came in, you guys can pause this video and look at what I'm looking at right now. The last time that this indicator flashed, XRP surged over 700% while they were going through the lawsuit. Obviously, we saw the sell-off happen before then, back to this ascending support right here, but then the price rallied upwards of a 7x to about $1.90 some odd cents. The time before then, when the Pi cycle bottom indicator came in, XRP saw a final shakeout event down to like 0.003 for this scam wick. And then XRP rallied after that over 70,000%. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if we based off 777, the first rally, when XRP Pi cycle bottom indicator came in, XRP, the Bitcoin price chart, reversed. XRP started outperforming Bitcoin. That's all this means. When the chart that you see at the top is in a downtrend, Bitcoin is outperforming XRP. When it's in an uptrend, XRP is outperforming Bitcoin. So this gives you a telltale sign of when is the best time to buy Bitcoin, sell XRP, and when is the best time to sell Bitcoin and buy XRP. In the chart's opinion, not in my opinion, this is just the facts here, because I'm never going to tell you to buy or sell anything. I just want to bring you guys the facts, education, information, and then what you choose to do is up to you. I always encourage you to do your own research based on what I'm sharing with you, because I'm not a financial advisor. You should go consult your financial advisor. Crypto's very risky. In fact, you could lose all of your money in Bitcoin, in XRP, in any single altcoin if you don't know what you're doing. And that's why I make these videos detailed in length to cover these points so you can spot some nuances here in every single video that's going to give you a better, well-rounded approach to the market. So I hope it's okay with you that I put all my time, energy, my heart, my soul in these videos to help you guys make money, because I really want to help you succeed so we can all win together. Because let's just say XRP does a 70% rally to the upside. Well, that would bring it in line with this descending resistance right here, and that would put XRP at about $1. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, $1, why should I even buy XRP if that's the case? Guys, listen, that's just the start for this project on what I believe is possible for XRP, because what Brad Garlinghouse is saying right now, with the entire crypto market cap potentially doubling to $5 trillion by the end of this year, this is what they don't want you to know. Listen, XRP is not meant for retail. Ripple doesn't care if you hold XRP. The big players hope you don't hear about XRP because XRP is the next big thing. Listen to this.
Many people are using cryptos just to buy and sell and make quick gains out of it. Does it hurt the growth of cryptocurrencies, that usage for a quick buck?
So it's kind of chicken and egg. You have to create a marketplace. And right now we have about 150, 200 exchanges around the world that trade in XRP. A lot of it, as you say, is very shallow trading by individuals. And that is not the use case that we are pursuing. What we are pursuing is the use of XRP as a financial asset by sophisticated institutions as a bridging mechanism. So does this hurt or harm? Well, it creates a lot of noise. And, we certainly don't want that much noise, but we're waiting. And for example, this last quarter, the bulk of XRP sales were to institutional investors. And as this transitions away from retail to institutions who start to use it for wholesale, financial usage, that's when the turning point will come.
So they don't want a lot of noise for XRP because they want XRP out of the hands of the retail and they want it in the institutional hands. And when that noise dies down for XRP or is the most negative, that's when they step in, that's when they take over. And if we base it on the charts, why is there the most negative news about XRP right now, guys? You tell me. When XRP to Bitcoin is bottoming out, the pi cycle bottom indicator has flashed in. We are in this macro multi-year symmetrical triangle. And every single time, just months after the pi cycle bottom indicator has flashed, when XRP to the Bitcoin price chart has bottomed out, bouncing off of this ascending support, then that's when we see an XRP's price rally to the upside. And one thing that I find very, very interesting is if you look right here at the XRP to the US dollar price chart back from November of 2020, when XRP sold off from about 77 cents all the way down to about 17 cents, what happened with Bitcoin's dominance is Bitcoin's dominance was rallying from that 63%, like I showed you earlier in this video, upwards of 73%. And so Bitcoin was rallying upwards from $20,000 to $40,000, going upwards of 100% above its all-time high, while XRP was seeing a sell-off. What did they want here? They wanted the noise off of XRP. They wanted the fear to be on XRP. They wanted the excitement to be on Bitcoin. So what did they do? Well, there was a lawsuit that was filed. Coincidentally enough, I don't want to make up any conspiracy theories here, but I don't think there's any coincidences in this universe. I think it's divine orchestration by, God, the puppet masters, whatever you want to call the people behind the scenes, running these markets. But interestingly enough, how when Bitcoin's dominance peaked out at 73%, that is almost exactly when the bottom was in for XRP at 17 cents. Why did XRP sue out of all cryptocurrencies that they could have sued? Why did they sue Ripple and XRP? And then interestingly enough, XRP's price went from 17 cents upwards of almost $2 and performed, if we were to just measure this for you guys right here, and I showed 700% in the previous, well, it was actually a 10x from that point. So if you would have just waited for Bitcoin's dominance to top out, to buy XRP and to start rolling over, nobody knows exactly when that would have been. I mean, most people thought the dominance was going to peak out right here at 67% when the dominance dropped, and then it rallied up one final time. And so this could last all through 2024. I'm not going to give you guys an exact time frame on when Bitcoin's dominance is going to peak out because honestly, I have no clue. What I will do though is show you exactly what happened last time Bitcoin's dominance peaked out. And that is XRP bottomed out and then Bitcoin's dominance started to roll downwards of 60%. Then you just see it fall off a shelf, go down 40%. And then it just started trending further down to the downside to like 38%. And the altcoins went absolutely crazy. So looking on the left-hand side of the screen, what we can see right here is Bitcoin's dominance is currently at 54%. So if we see Bitcoin's dominance rally upwards of 57, 58, 59, maybe 60%, and Bitcoin starts breaking above the all-time high, going upwards of 80 or 90, and we see XRP seeing a sell-off to the downside to like 51 cents, potentially even down to like 40 cents again, in my opinion, that would be the final shakeout event to get all attention off of XRP, to get all of the retail investors who have a net worth less than 100 million or even $1 million that virtually don't know anything about money. Because the people who know the most about money are the ones who have over 100 million or $1 billion. Can we agree that if you know the most about something, you should have the most of it, right? If you know the most about fitness, you should be in the best shape of your life. If you know the most about money, you should have the most money on the planet because you know how it works. So therefore, you know how to accumulate it. And so if we see Bitcoin's dominance rallying up while XRP is selling off, then what I'm going to be doing is rotating a lot of my positions into XRP because eventually on the XRP to the Bitcoin price chart, I do believe we will reverse and XRP will be one of the best large cap trades towards the tail end of this bull run. Now, David Schwartz told us about a high quality stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, and it's coming out now with Ripple. So the value of the XRP ledger will increase dramatically. This means the price of XRP could explode.
One of the things that's been missing on the XRP ledger DEX is like a large number of high quality assets. Like there's XRP, and then there's a couple of like medium, and then there's a long tail of interesting stable coins, but not access to like a high quality US dollar stablecoin obviously is extremely important. So, and the euro stablecoin. So that's going to help bring some of those things to the XRP ledger side.
Now, if you guys were around during that 2017 bull run, XRP reached almost $4 in a very low cap, underdeveloped crypto market with virtually zero mainstream coverage. So what do you think will happen once XRP's potential is finally realized by the masses? The lawsuit is over. Their AMM is full of any errors and is functional. Their stablecoin is operational. And we're in price discovery for the entire altcoin market cap. You guys obviously understand that XRP has remained in the top 10 during the entire bull market of 2021, during the entire bear market of 2022, while they were going through this lawsuit the entire time. And now we're just potentially days or even weeks away from them settling with the SEC. For people to say XRP is going to do nothing this entire bull run is asinine, in my opinion. Now, if XRP doesn't perform this entire bull run, then yeah, it could be over for XRP. But we're not even close to the all-time high for Ethereum and the rest of the altcoin market. So we're just getting started. And if you guys want to know how to diversify your portfolio, I hold a lot of different altcoins. XRP, I'm very bullish on, but it's not the only position that I hold, because diversification is the key to preservation, because certain altcoins I believe will take off before XRP. So I'm very indifferent to XRP doing something now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now. It doesn't matter, because there are positions that are rallying first that I could rotate profits back into XRP before XRP makes life-changing gains. If you guys want to see what those are and you want to get early access to the underground guidebook for discovering 100x altcoins before they explode, then make sure you go to the link in the description below on bullrunners.com. You don't need any previous crypto trading experience. All you need to do right now is click the link below, click the button on the page, put in your best email address. You'll be instantly subscribed to our daily video newsletter, where we give you the best information to help you prepare for the worst that's yet to come in the economy. You'll get access to our private Telegram group as we back up our truck all the way to the bank, grab the bags, pack them and stack them, leave no bags left behind, because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to keep going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. The Federal Reserve clearly doesn't have it under control. And as Ozzy Osbourne would say, oh, we're going off the rails on a crazy train. So for you to be able to preserve your wealth, blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies are going up in value. That's the truth. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. So I'll see you guys on the next video. I'll see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.